This is a true story that is the penultimate example of the opposite of lovingly laughing at ourselves and the world. My grandmother Nani, who I love to no end, I love to no end, right? And taught me so much. My grandma Nani is my grandmother on my mom's side. That is Long Beach Island creator with my grandfather Pop, and we still have that family home, Nani and Pop's house in LBI, 200 yards away from my house across the wetland. And Grandma Rose is my dad's mom. Okay, so Nani was at war consistently with my Uncle Jimmy's wife, Carol. And it was some of the deepest, most painful divides and dynamics of our family. So this is my grandmother's only son, my mom's brother, his wife, the wars. I mean, just the stories can be laughed at and the stories can be cried about. And it was some of the deepest pains of my life and my overall family's life for some of the things that went on, and quite candidly, from my perspective, some of the things my grandmother endured, right? So, but my grandmother was not without some interesting behaviors and responsibilities in the situation as well. And so my grandmother goes out to California to visit my aunt and my uncle. My uncle was in his residency at Jules Stein at UCLA. And this is the #1 residency program for rent in the country. And on a daily basis, and this is like Nani's confirmed version, this is not from Aunt Carol making something up about Nani, every single day, my grandmother, day one, my grandmother reverses the toilet paper from whatever it was, up or down. And I don't even begin to understand these dynamics in human beings, right? It's just, to me, unbelievable. But I'm sure there's many things about me that are totally unbelievable. So, and so my grandmother reverses it. The next morning, she goes back into the restroom. It is reversed back. The next day, she reverses it again. The next day, it is reversed back. The next morning, she reverses it again. The next day, it is reversed back. So the penultimate testimony to the friction between my grandmother, Nani, and Carol, which I think my family pretty much misses the whole point of this moment, for 7 straight days, my grandmother reversed the toilet paper, and my Aunt Carol, her daughter-in-law, reversed it back. So I would be very happy to take that challenge. But Steph, in terms of ego and significance, and to lovingly laugh on Fun Friday at ourselves and the world, what say you about the Nani and Aunt Carol toilet paper wars? And you could just delete the word toilet paper, Steph.
Ego, significance, control. Yeah, those are.
And avoidance, because it was never discussed between the two of them. And so the dynamics of passive aggressive behavior are real. And on this Fun Friday, do you want to make a passive aggressive human being totally crazy? Then just ask them, hey, I noticed that for 4 straight days you've turned the toilet paper back. Either one to say to the other, can I ask why? And watch what happens to the passive aggressive person, and their certainty crash through the floor for an avoidant personality type. So on Fun Friday, well, we completely laughed, but Adam Gagino, we're coming to you in a second, brother, because he's got a doozy. So on this Fun Friday, there's actually a content powerful takeaway. 1, let's laugh. 2, when we notice passive aggressive behavior, in that moment, let's just lean into it and not do it passively aggressively. Just actually be like, hey, this is pretty wild. Why are we going to reverse that toilet paper back and forth for 4 days? What's going on? What's there for you? I'll tell you what's there for me. And watch what happens.